like I did do some research last night and found an article that did say that leasing can lower the value of the home and all of that. So they want to offer like a significantly lower amount.
It would not help your position. Look, the both of you on.
Yeah.
When it comes to solar leasing, it's just a leased item that comes with the house. The perceived value change is in the eye of the beholder. It does not monetarily or materially defect the value at all.
Okay.
Only to the prospective buyer. If the buyer hates leases and doesn't want to have a solar lease, then that's the issue. It's not going to harm them. The downside to a lease is usually they're a graduate lease. They have step-ups.
They are.
Yeah, that's his concern.
And that's typical. His payments now are what, $100 a month, and then over the next 20 years they go to $200 a month. The conversation there is easy, and it's like, Mr. Buyer, where do you think utilities are going to go in the next 20 years?
Mm-hmm.
They just get more expensive. So he's worried about the kilowatt usage, that like there's some hidden expense that he won't be able to, that it'll be more than what this lease plus the 24 to TEP.
I've had solar on 2 different houses, and there is no hidden fee. If your electric bill goes higher than your average, then you'll pay more for it, but then you're using less during the winters and summer than you are in the summer, so those credits accrue positively for you, and that usually is a wash. It just depends on the kilowatt usage of the house. You can ask, if you want, you can ask for a copy of the last 12 months of electric bills so you know where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you, in this marketplace, a competitive offer would be a starting point at list price. Even with the solar lease, it's not going to be, I want thousands off.
So Big Dan, the only thing I'm worried is, so our list price is $259.9, but when I ran the comps, the last sale was June 18th of this same house, and it was also very updated and remodeled, not as nice as this one, but that was $229 it sold for.
But that was the last one that sold. Interesting.
And this one has a lot of beautiful upgrades. So did the other one, though. I think this one was still nicer, but I don't know if it was $40,000 nicer. But I don't know. I'm not a appraiser.
Yeah, that's the problem, is none of us are. Even if we are, we aren't, because appraisers are winging some things. What's your address?
9518 North Albatross Drive.
Okay, I know that area.
That's near you, isn't it?
It's close. It's closer to my mom. Okay, North Albatross, 1,724 square feet.
So if the top of the lease is 165, he was saying something that depending on his kilowatt usage, it could be more than that. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, because if you overuse what your solar produces, you get charged what you use in electric bills. But a house, a 1,700 square foot house, if the top of his utility bill is the electric is 165, he's saving $100 a month.
That's what we're trying to tell him, but he's
I have a 1,700 square foot brick home, which is a 1 level, which is more insulated than this house is, and my electric bills are $260 a month. I will be getting solar soon.
Yeah, I pay $138 a month on a 1,600 square foot.
So
single story. So brick.
I keep my house pretty cold. 74 to 78, 78 during the day, 74 at night. Is that granite countertops or quartz?
Corian.
Corian, okay.
Well, it's granite counters in the kitchen, Corian in the bathrooms.
Right. I like the backyard. I like what they did with the block wall to maximize space. It's kind of still a small backyard space.
But our buyer really wanted privacy, and it is private.
Yeah. How many offers are out on it right now?
None.
Yesterday it was none, but they have an open house this afternoon.
What do they want to offer?
230.
Yeah, no, I would watch that deal.
Okay.
Only because of your sellers thinking that they're going to get 250 for it, which is a problem. I don't think this will appraise for 259.
And
What would you suggest on that? I didn't think it would either. I thought it would go for 240, 245, maybe 250. I was thinking 245, 250. What did I say this morning, Robin?
you
Is
said
he okay losing this deal over a few $1,000s like that?
I don't know. It's their dream home. They love it. So
Then just tell them to pay for it. In the long run, it's not going to make sense to them to lose out on this because of a few dollars. It's going to be more beneficial to them right now to get the house that they want, the privacy, the nice northwest side. It has solar, which is going to help them in utility costs
what would be the difference in price of the monthly cost?
for $20 or $2,000 or 20.
no, you mean from
$20.
230,000 to 260,000?
So 30,000 at $4 per thousand,
That's math. 120.
$120,
Okay.
if that. I think you're going to be saving considerably on your utility costs too.
Because he's telling us like he'll pay full price if she gets the panels off the roof, but you can't even do that. That doesn't even happen, right?
You can. If they don't want to transfer the lease, you can. So Kim's going through a situation like that now. It creates a tough situation with the sellers when they're not as agreeable.
Yeah, it's a tough one for sure. They love the house. They absolutely love it. He's like, I want to put an offer in something. I want it, but I'm like, well, yeah. I'm telling, I don't want him to do something he's super uncomfortable with either. But at the same time, it's the market that we have today.
Yeah, is he okay paying $259 for the house?
Without the solar panels, yes.
Okay. And he's comfortable paying $230 with the solar panels.
Yeah.
Right.
They're justifying
Concerned about the long-term.
There's two other houses that sold in there in that neighborhood. One's at 1,900 square feet, so it's just within range. Because there's a ton in the 240, 250. One's at 260, which got a massive yard. This one won't qualify because it's a custom. 290s. Jeez. Depending on what he wants to do with it, that would my recommendation is ask him, are you comfortable enough with the house where it's at, knowing that there's going to be other offers competing with full price? Because you're on the north side, you're in a community that's actually desirable. You're close to easy transit, and somebody out there loves solar. I have a buyer to buy a house with solar. That was one of his requirements, had to have solar. So if it's a turnoff for him, then he will never value the home like that. Then you guys need to move on and find him something different. Or if he's going to be ultimately comfortable with it, move on. But I think the issue was the solar, not the house. And ask him, what is it about the solar that scares you? Well, my dollar amount usage, blah, 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 whatever he's going to say. Then what we find out is the utility bills on the house, get them into contract, get through the inspection time frame, and then before you get inspections ordered and pay the money for all that, find out the utilities, get that information, find out how many times in the last 12 months they've actually had to pay TEP for usage that was exceeding their solar usage. I don't know what kind of system is on the house. depending on the amperage and wattage. But if the end of his lease is 165, or is that now?
No, it's the end.
So what is it now?
104.
No, the solar's going to offset that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, he doesn't understand that. He's
Even
having
if
a hard time
even if it's
understanding.
half the bill, he's still saving $130 a month.
So
He's just concerned about the long-term left on the lease, and if he sells the house, he thinks he's going to have trouble with that. So I don't know.
The only trouble he has is the same trouble he's presenting right now.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
he's in the middle of buying a house with solar on it, and he's interested in buying the house. So, the resale of that house, somebody else may want the solar. Solar is an attraction. Solar is a positive.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, if it's at all possible, get the seller's last year of billing. It's a report he can get from TEP. It's part of how I just sold the house I sold. 7 months of the year, the bill was $23.94, which was the $20 fee and the taxes on the hookup charge that you have to pay TEP to backfeed the grid. But that was it. And so that's,
What was the monthly for that?
$20. There's a $20 charge to be hooked up to backfeed the TEP grid, okay, from the solar system on the house. You pay TEP a $20 connection fee. So
So
seven.
it says though, for 12 months you pay this much, and then you pay this much, and then you pay this much, up to 165.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
the lease to Tesla. And then we have a $24 to TEP. That's our $24 is that amount.
The connection fee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, your grid connection. I did on my house. I purchased the solar.
I don't know what you mean, Bob.
Calm down, Siri. So I purchased the solar, and my payment was $175 a month. Purchased solar. That was with me it was a $35,000 system, and it utilized 105% of what I used. I still had a $24 connection fee. And there was 2 months that I went over on my usage because we had super hot months, and my AC just ran longer. My bill was $16 more. Exactly, Robin. Exactly. Like you're just kind of shaking your head and going, "This is stupid." That's the thing, is we need to peel back that anchor to them. That question again is what's important about that, so we can find the root reason. He's concerned about usage, so we need to find proof of usage. Like Larry says, get the last 12 months of usage out of the electric bills. And our contract states that we can ask those questions. When we have that, we can get the information, present it to him, but have to be so in a timely manner. Does the scope show what size system it is?
Let me look.
Because that can help dictate right away if we have a big enough system.
Yeah, it's all in the bills. The last 12 months bills.
I thought we weren't able to get bill information anymore.
If the owner of the house had, most people track, they put a bill every month in the filing cabinet.
Okay, but we just can't go to the utilities anymore.
No, we can't call TEP and get a report. They stopped doing that. The owner of the house though can. Like my seller had this really nice 3-page printout of the last 3 years of the electric bill, month by month by month. So the final page had 12 months on it, and August last year on that system, that was his total electric bill in the middle of summer with all the AC was 111. The next highest bill was 54. After that, there was like 38, 27 or something like that. And then there were 7 straight months where it was $24 for the hookup fee, and that was it.
Yeah, okay, okay.
It's a 7.67 kilowatt DC photovoltaic system consisting of PV modules, corresponding inverters, and mounting system.
Well, yeah, it's making 20,000 kilowatt hours. So, I mean,
Miss Mary, if your client doesn't want solar, why don't you just take that off of his search, so that in his search in the homes that he sees, he doesn't see any.
Yeah. We didn't even know he didn't want solar. He didn't know he didn't want solar. It wasn't until they were all loving it. Yes, go do it, do full price. And then we got a phone call after we put everything together. It's like, I don't know about this. So
Yeah, it's all good that you learn as you go. You're learning as you go, but I would do that right now, so that way
he found this out. So first of all, they told us all of their parameters. We were only looking within their parameters, and then they're going outside of their parameters and bringing us houses. So
Yeah, you'll find too, as you do that with buyers, that those parameters seem to change sometimes. So you just
Yeah.
kind of go along with it. But if
Yeah.
I was you, I would do it like ASAP, switch it so he sees no homes and solar, so that way you're not dealing with this again.
problem is he has a sister who has a real estate license, and she's an admin for a commercial realtor, so she's feeding him a lot of stuff too. So
Get her part of the conversation then. If she's going to be a third baseman, bring her in the conversation.
That's a good idea.
Loop them in. Find out what information's being shared so that you can hedge it out. There's no point in fighting a ghost. You can't see them, you don't know where they're at, and you don't know if you hit it.
yeah.
So bring them into the room, turn the lights on, let's have a conversation together and find out. Because I hate to say this in this form, just because you have a license doesn't mean you know what you're doing.
I know. My last seller had a license. It was irritating. She was a bookkeeper for another commercial real estate.
But I will tell you, as soon as they have a license or a
I know.
friend with a license or a brother with a license or a
Yeah.
sister with a license, they instantly become experts.
Yes, I know.
And then you guys call me in and I have to be mean to people, make them cry. I don't like to make people cry. I'm kidding. I don't make people cry.
Well, they're making me cry, so it's all good.
Well, yeah, so that was.
If I'm
the
gonna
best part
cry, I'd rather cry because of you than them.
So let's ask the questions. You know, Mr. Buyer, what information are you getting from your sister? Hey, I know that she's a real estate agent and she has some insight on the commercial world as an admin for that state. I want to see what kind of information she's helping provide you so that I can be in alignment with what she's trying to tell you as well. Never fight it, write it. It's the thing is the alignment where you're at with it is having that ability to communicate with all parties involved. I don't like that understanding of, ma'am, you're not on the contract, I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
Instantly, you just alienated that person, and that person just going to go, this realtor's a jerk, you need a new one.
Well, I'm pseudo friends with her. She referred him to me, so I can talk to her too. So
Then
She's-
call her up. If you got
she's
that
a friend of
relationship,
a friend, and she referred him, so it'll be fine.
just call
There-
her up and say, hey, what's he telling you?
Yeah.
Every referral I get, I go back to the referee and say, hey, this is where we're at, what we going on. And yesterday I called my listing referral. She didn't answer her phone. Well, I had the phone number wrong, I'll admit. I was texting her through iMessage. It was going through. Then I went to call her and the call was like disconnected. Then I went to text her again and it showed that it was blocked. I was like, what the heck? And then she's like, well, you have the wrong phone number. I was like, well, then how did the other texts go through? Guys, I'm an iPhone retard. Don't judge me. So I emailed her, hey, I just tried to give you a call. Phone seemed like it was disconnected. Can I help? You know, did you change your number? And then I emailed my referral partner in California. Hey, just letting you know the update. Had a great meeting with your referral the other day. Got her all the documentation copies, and we should be moving forward. I did try to call her today. It looks like her phone number is disconnected. If you hear from her before I do, would you let me know? This morning, I got an email from him. Yeah, I called her, reached out to her. We'll find out what happens. Like, they get involved too. So
Okay.
always bring in the friend.
Yeah, in this case, if she's someone you know, then you can team up, double team them
Yeah.
on this issue. Show just write out mathematical numbers on what he's got and what the future value is, because that solar system is valuable to people in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, we all want the best thing for him. I just don't know anything about solar leases.
Well, the good thing is we have this call every morning and we can discuss these things and find out the best word tracks to use to gain agreement. I didn't get to start the day off like I wanted to, but I want to say good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This
So your
started-
recommendation is offer full price with the solars.
My recommendation is give your offer the best chance of survival,
Okay.
whatever that is. I'm not going to say full price is the bet. It's 13 days on market. They haven't received an offer. Is it the solar? Is it the price point? You are above that 250 range, so it's going to weed out a lot of this competition we're in. It's up to your buyer. But I want you to give them the best opportunity to win that contract.
Okay.
If he's okay paying closing costs, he's okay paying the HOA transfer fees, he's okay with everything, he just doesn't like the price. That's when we need to have a conversation. What's it matter in the long run? The down payment and the monthly payment. If you're putting 20% down, that means that every 1,000 you put up there is an extra $200 that he's got to put down. If you're putting 20% down, then the payment to 1,000 is going to be a lot less than $4 per 1,000. But that's a good average.
3% down.
So it's even less down payment with about $4.50, $5 per 1,000. So you got a $30,000 price swing from what he's comfortable with. It's $150 a month. What's easier for you, Miss Benson, on a house like your perfect dream house? Is it worth $3 a day to own this place?
Heck yeah.
Would it be worth $4 a day to own this place?
Yeah.
$4 a month, isn't it?
Hold on.
Not a day, it's a month.
It's a $150 price change. I'm bumping her up.
Oh, I see.
So you're telling me for $5 extra every day, you would have the dream house that you've been looking for, save money on your electric bills, have the privacy in the backyard, the neighborhood that you want, close to transits, close to work, close to schools, and all your friends live in the neighborhood?
I can never remember to talk like that, but that's awesome.
I hear ya.
It'll
I
come out
hear
now.
ya.
It'll come out now the next time you talk to him. There it is.
What we talked about last week, reduced to the ridiculous. $150 a month is how much per day?
$5 per day.
How much do you spend at Starbucks?
More
Yeah.
than that.
Find something that find something that if you talk to him enough, find something in his daily routine. It's
I
like,
looked at Chick-fil-A this morning, got 2 sandwiches, $8.38.
yeah, no kidding.
So what you can do is you can reduce it even further than that. Miss McBroom, you're telling me that for the cost of your coffee every morning, you're willing to pass on the house that you've been looking for months?
No.
They're still going to have their coffee. Trust me, they're still going to have their coffee. And they're also going to have the house. There's reasons people are out there driving $600 a month car payments on Kias. Because somebody like me got in front of them and talked them into it. Why can't we ask the same questions in housing? Well, I'm not going to pay that much. Okay, what is it about paying that much that's got you worried? Or what is it about paying that much that's slowing you down?
Yeah, he's worried about the extra payment on top of his house payment.
Sure, you're going to be
I did tell him, I did say,
anyways.
what's that?
You're paying utility payments anyways.
That's what I told him, but he's not computing it.
Well, would you rather have a structured payment you can budget, or would you rather it fluctuate every month and have exaggerated highs and lows?
How big's the house?
1,700 square feet, just shy of 1,800.
Yeah.
So
2-story.
the electric bill, I think it would be interesting to know what the electric bill was, the one
Yeah,
they
Robin
just,
was trying to get that, yeah.
the one they just got. Because ours was over.
Guessing it's in that 250, 300 range.
Yeah.
If in fact it didn't have solar, because it's a 2-story house built in the 90s.
Yeah, so you can say the average in a 1,700 square foot house, there's going to run probably to and our electric bill is 307. So I'd
Yeah.
rather have the solar system because the bill
Yeah.
would have been 100.
Agreed.
But yeah, so put it on paper. Yeah, but here's your again, if you can get the electric bills for the last year, and then you have your house payment. Here's your solar payment, but here's what the bill was, and the solars will pull that bill out. And it's in some months it's an even keel. Some months he's probably making money.
Yeah, let's pull it back without even the proof there. Can we get past it without proof? Absolutely. And that's isolating the objection. How do we isolate the objection?
What about having that solar system is concerning to you?
Okay, so that's going to help us find the base root to that objection so we can overcome it later on. Robin, other than the fear of paying more on this house, is there anything from keeping you from moving forward with the transaction? Isolate the objection. Mara, other than the solar panels on this home, is there anything keeping you from offering full price on this house?
No, I want this house.
So that's the thing, is other than blank, is there anything blank?
Then you take it to
Other
the
than the
math.
fact that you have a boyfriend, is there anything keeping you from going to the movies with me? Kidding. Don't tell her.
Yes, yeah. So again, at that point, you isolate it out that it's just the solar. Then you go to paper. All right, let's look at the figures on what the solar system is doing to reduce the electric bill.
And then you can ask them, it's like, what'd you pay on the electric bill in the house last month? They're in now. Right? And then we can ledger that out. What have you paid? A lot of people don't even take track of what they're paying in utility pays. Raise your hand if you track what you pay every month and track your expenses in utilities. One of you, two of you, 2.5 of you, maybe Ellen, maybe.
I don't do it every month. I do it.
So that doesn't count.
Comparative.
Doesn't count. I said every month.
Yeah.
I have to.
Well, I keep billing, so I know what I'm going to pay every month.
My budget's so tight, I have to.
But that's the thing is the United group here. I knew that Tess would be the only one that had to do it. That's because I know
Anal retentive.
and she could have the money and she still is going to do it.
Yeah.
When
That's
Tess
true.
is a millionaire, she's going to still count every penny. She's going to know the date on every coin in her safe.
Probably.
But that's the thing. So now when you think about that, when you're talking to your seller, your potential buyer, okay, what's important about not having the second payment? Well, I just want to make sure I'm not paying too much at the end of the term. And if I overuse, then I'm going to pay extra on top of that. Okay, great. So other than paying extra on top of the solar payment, what else is keeping you from moving forward on the purchase of this house? Sometimes they just want to hear that you understood the objection. I'm paying too much. Yes, you are. And what do you want to do about it? This isn't, here's a great Grant Cardone close. I'm paying too much. Yes, you are. It's not the first time you've paid too much for something, and it's definitely not going to be the last time you paid too much for something. Yeah.
Like that.
It's not the first time you've paid too much for something. It's definitely not going to be the last time. And you can stack it. Here's another close on top of it. You've been looking a long time. You have more important things to do than searching for a house. Let's get you to that next chapter. Let's do this. We need to work on closing. We need to work on asking for the sale. We need to work on the ability to say, this is what you're looking for. This is what we have. They're roughly the same thing.
Yeah.
What's missing? Somebody making it okay to move forward.
Okay.
It's as simple as asking, would you like to buy it? Tess, don't freak out. It's simple. Would you like to buy it? We talked about this.
Closing is difficult for me in any situation. I hate putting people on the
That's just
spot.
because we're not used to doing it, Tess. We're going to get there.
Yeah.
You're going to get there. And I want
We
you to,
will.
the conversation
We
I
will.
had yesterday with the minister that was thinking about getting into real estate was a great point into this. So you need to learn how to ask for the business, because the only way you're able to help people is by completing a transaction. The only way you complete a transaction is to get it started. You are not putting people out. You are not putting people in harm. And if you are doing so, you're being unethical, and I don't want you part of my company.
Right.
I don't believe that's the case. However, as a sales professional, your job is to gain agreement. You are a professional mind maker-upper. We submit opportunities, information, and options. What we need them to do is pick one. We aren't buying the house. We aren't paying the bill. We aren't dealing with the solar. We are, in fact, helping somebody solve a problem. If you were to call me up and said, hey, Dan, I had a question, and I said, okay, great, and then hung up on you, would you be okay with that? I didn't answer your question. I didn't resolve your issue. These people have raised their hands and said, I need help buying and or selling a home. If we do not help them do that, it's the same thing as them saying, hey, I need help. Okay, great, click. We all want to have the fun conversations of, why do you want to sell it? That's great. What's making you look for a home? That's great. That's awesome. Okay, well, okay, bye.
Yeah, good luck with that.
But that's the thing is, it's actually uncomfortable to not ask for me. It's uncomfortable for me to go, We talked about this in the listing class a couple days ago. What's the last question you need to ask?
Do you want to buy it? I don't know.
Do you want my assistance? Would you like me to sell your home for you?
Oh, listing, yeah.
Right? As a buyer, would you like me to help you buy a house? Great, sign right here. Would you like to buy the house? Great, let's put the offer in. Other than blank, what is keeping you from purchasing this home? Nothing. Good. Let's fill out the contract. Whoa. I don't want to yet because I don't want to deal with the solar. Okay, well, you said the solar thing was the only thing that was keeping you back, and that's not going to get taken out of the transaction.
So that system is kind of like a good system too, right? Is that what you said, Larry?
Tesla? Hell yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's 7.2. The
Yeah.
place I sold was at 3.3 or something like that.
Yeah,
And it was-
20,000 kilowatt hours is a massive system.
Yeah. So like I said, the tracking is going to be interesting on the bills. The bills should be almost nothing every time, like $20 plus maybe another 10 or 15 in the heavy usage months. See what they are. That's going to be the key, and then you can reverse that right out of the whole equation when you do it on paper. A typical 1,700 square foot house is probably last month without solar was probably $250 to $300.
I freaking love that Robin's got it in person. She's all, I just reached out to my friend at CEP. They're going to give me that info.
She's freaking amazing. She's been great. We're working on this deal together, and she's just
Nice.
awesome.
Guys, you know more people than you think. Call on your friends.
Yeah,
How do you think when you call me, I get shit done? Right?
yeah.
I may not know the person I need to
Well, we
talk
came
to.
to you
All I
guys
do
this morning. We're here for the.
This is where it's at. You have fires, let's come put them out, and you can learn together. And now everybody on the call, including the guy from the other company, thanks Hugh for joining us, and the girl from the other city that's on the call, now if they have the situation, have a whole lot more insight. Well, there's 3 minutes left. I want to hear from you guys. How are you doing? How's your week? I have missed you the last couple of days. I do apologize about that. Larry, thank you so much for Tuesday for handling that. That was again, I'm apologizing for my absence on that call.
Oh, you know what? Gee, you're human.
No, I'm not.
What?
No, he's not.
I will tell you the importance of this call is my first thought was, oh shit, I missed the Scripps call. It wasn't that, oh shit, my son is late for school. It was, oh shit, I missed the Scripps call. Priorities, right? Priorities. My 3-year-old had to stay home and play with me all day. Damn.
Oh, I'm sure he was just upset.
So, well, the thing is remember, like Larry brought up yesterday, and I appreciate that plug with Josh. The question is, what's important about that? Actually, Larry said, why is that important? But I want to change the vocabulary.
What's important about
What's important about that? We try not to use the word why. And what is the reason why?
It's an
more of an
interrogation tactic.
Yes, everyone, I like that. It's more of an interrogation tactic. Why did you do that? Why is that important? Just think, why is victimizing? Why? Versus what? 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 Okay. So what's important about that? Let's isolate objections. Other than Teresa's next question I'm going to answer shortly, do you guys have anything else I can help you with today? You see what I did there? Yeah. What's up, Teresa?
I'm filling out paperwork for my listing appointment this afternoon and finishing it up. And I was, the exact names, they are trustees of their farm. So when I fill out the paperwork, do I need to put their names and then put care of trustees of the blah, blah, blah? Do I have to put all that or just their names? How do I need
We
to do
just put
that?
on my last one. We just put the trustee name.
So what you do is on the legal name of the document, you put the legal name, and for each signer, their name needs to be, if it's, Nicole Banks, comma, trustee. Name, title.
Okay.
That's also how you fill out paperwork for an
I
LLC.
just put Okay, so I can just put trustees beside each of their names because they're both trustees of one family trustee. It's
Yeah.
their trustee.
Yeah, so the legal name on the document is the living will and trust of the Hope Foundation, whatever it is. The trust name is the legal owner. The signers have to be identified by name and title. So, Dan Caldwell, comma, trustee, or Dan Caldwell, manager, Dan Caldwell, CEO, if you're signing on behalf of the entity. So,
All right. So
and
on
that's easy.
our,
Just put their names in the system, just put Dan Caldwell, comma, trustee. So.
okay. All
And
right.
also, you need to send me that because when the email you sent me did not have a file on it.
Oh, it didn't? Oh, sorry. Okay.
All right, everyone. It is 8:31. It is Thursday, August. I almost said October. I'm gonna skip 2 months here. I'm trying to get closer to that election to get this world over with. So it is August 27th. Today is a beautiful day to be a real estate agent here at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, and in Tucson, Arizona. I want to say thank you so much for joining me and having a good time. If you have questions, bring them up today. We do have our PM PC Mastermind. If you'd like to join it, you don't have to be in the PC program. All you got to do is click the link at 1kwsa.com. Come join in. I'll have some ideas of topics later today. But bring your issues, bring your baggage, bring your gills, and let's get them figured out for you. Because I guarantee if we put all our brains together, we can figure it out.
All right.
I've missed you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.